Hey, I'm El, and today we are celebrating 250 subscribers on this channel with a Q&A. The footage you're seeing is completely irrelevant to this video, so you could just listen to the audio for this and not have to look at the screen. Now, if you're just a person who watches or is subscribed to the channel, you probably won't know about this, but there is a clear divide in subscribers. Basically, half of them found my channel through Stardew Valley content, and the other half of those 250 subscribers found this channel from an Ultra Kill video. Two pretty different games, but this is a variety channel, which means variety of content. Something like this was sort of inevitable at some point. But sort of my vision for this channel is like, if you like one video, even if you don't care about the games in other videos, you're gonna like most of my new videos enough to probably bother watching most of them. Like, no matter if I'm playing a farming sim or poorly playing a first-person shooter, or even creating some messed up dogs in a video game, you'll still probably like the video enough for it to be worth taking the time out of your day to watch them. That's pretty much what my end goal is sort of like. I'm gonna be getting into the questions in a bit, but I have heard your screams, your pleas. There have been a lot of requests and demands for me to make more Ultra Kill content, so I am going to be making a complete Ultra Kill series over time, all played on normal difficulty, by the way. So I did get advice in the comments, of course. I did notice the accessibility options and the lower difficulties available in the game, but I sort of like normal difficulty, to be honest. Even though I'm not good at the game, I did try the lower difficulties. I didn't really feel that much of a difference between them and the normal difficulty. I'm putting it on the record. My goal is that I am going to finish all of Ultra Kill on standard difficulty eventually. What you're sort of signing up for, if you're subscribing to this channel, is that, like, if I make a series on a game, I'm not going to be making a channel that's all about one game or even one type of game. So only a small portion of my uploads is going to be on that game. Maybe 1 in 5 videos will be an Ultra Kill video, and the rest is going to be a variety of other games that maybe aren't that much like Ultra Kill, maybe are shooters or action games, whatever. I have heard that some Ultra Kill people will play through an easier difficulty before moving on to standard difficulty for a section, but that's going to be the extent of me playing on easier difficulties or using accessibility options. Now it's time to get into the questions for this questions and answers video. YouTube didn't really keep up with notifications or all the comments, so many questions I actually couldn't screenshot at all in like the normal way, and some of them even disappeared even though I can clearly remember seeing those questions. So I've decided, instead of doing like the typical thing where I show like a screenshot of the question in the Q&A video, I'm just gonna read the questions out loud, or at least what I remember the questions being. I'm not gonna mention usernames either, just to be safe. I don't think you're supposed to say usernames, right? I don't know. The first question is, why are you doing this channel, and what's the motivation behind it? Some of it is just kind of basic, like, I've been watching YouTube for my entire life. I was like 3 or 4 when YouTube started getting popular. But to be more specific to me, I really have always liked creating things, and also I play video games. I decided to start pursuing YouTube a little bit because, of course, you got a 0% chance of making it on YouTube or having like a YouTube audience if you don't make any videos. Also, I figured I got some stuff going for me, like, I can make things, I'm creative, I might have a personality, debatably, it depends on who you ask. So I figured if I pursued YouTube, I might have a shot at going somewhere. Maybe having a small audience on some sort of platform one day, just based on the skills and abilities that I have. I was also motivated to pursue variety content specifically, just sort of by seeing a lot of people over the years, especially with one specific game, The Sims 4, like people being trapped in playing one specific game by the algorithm, not being able to branch out to anything else. I definitely want to avoid that, so that's sort of what inspired me to avoid even making a channel that's only about Animal Crossing. I was also motivated once I came up with the viewer request idea. I figured, that's kind of an interesting idea, right? Every game that I play is determined by viewer request. And also, of course, I enjoy playing video games, and I also enjoy making these videos. The next question is, what kinds of games do you like? I think I'm gonna explain a little bit of a difference between games I like and the sorts of games that I get obsessed with or spend hundreds of hours playing. So I do like Ultra Kill, I do enjoy action games sort of, but it's not really a type of game that I'll naturally want to sink hundreds of hours into. So my favorite games, favorite types of games, life simulation or sorts of simulation games. My favorite game of all time is Animal Crossing New Leaf, of course. Favorite franchise is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is by far what I've played the most, but I also really like farming games like Stardew Valley. It isn't necessarily like extremely chill, no difficulty games that I like. I mean, have you seen the Stardew Valley Egg Hunt? The other types of games that I really like are games where basically you create stuff, design stuff, or build stuff. It's just a really generic way of describing it. Nobody actually asked this specifically, but I'm gonna say my most anticipated games right now would be City Skylines 2, Life by You, and Paralives. I'm not actually a huge fan of The Sims, but I am really excited for The Sims in its current state to be getting some competition, so that's why I'm really hyped for those. And I do like city building stuff as well. The next one is, so dumb question, you got a Discord? This isn't a very dumb question, but I don't actually have any other social medias or platforms like Discord or whatever aside from this YouTube channel right now. I mean, I'm not extremely opposed to Discord, I guess. Like I'm opposed to a lot of social medias right now. I'm not too sure about other platforms in general at the minute. I might make something like a unique page just for me. Also, part of it is, even though I'm not drawing that much right now, I am an artist type as well, so there isn't really a clear, obvious place where it's like, if you're an artist, you need to post your art to this specific social media platform. There isn't really a clear, obvious platform like that right now for artists or whatever. And for just talking about Turtella community stuff, I'm not sure what platform to go with for that either. I haven't fully decided on this subject yet. I actually completely lost some questions, so I've just sort of tried to remember them off the top of my head. So one question was something like, how many pets or turtles do you have, and what are their names? Right now, I only have one pet, which is an aquatic turtle, Mississippi map turtle, named Curtis. One day I also want to adopt like an older tortoise, but that's a whiles away. And I think someone also asked about what my microphone was. I'm using a Blue Snowball microphone. I do want to upgrade this microphone to something where it'll be easier for me to make the audio sound good once I've recorded it. I haven't actually made any new investments or bought new equipment yet, like that small TV and capture card that I need, so. And the last sort of question that I had was sort of about adding music in the editing process. Sometimes, like with Stardew Valley, I can't really listen to the game that loud without my ears getting absolutely blasted. So as far as adding music in the editing process goes, it depends on how I actually record the initial footage. So I've sort of figured out a number, like if I can't listen to the game volume at least 8% with the music on, I'm gonna have to turn the music off in order to record the video. And in that circumstance, I will have background music instead of listening to in-game music. It's gonna vary by like a game-by-game basis. That's about it for the Q&A questions. I've sort of been approaching subscriber milestones and talking about them in a weird way so far. A lot of it's just because it wasn't really planned out or expected, really. I only had like some sort of vague idea of doing a Q&A, so it's gonna be a while until I talk about subscribers or any sort of milestones or whatever. Unless it's like a really important one, that's gonna be the next time I talk about this sort of thing. Just for a little bit of fun documentation, I guess. I am a bit of a realist, so I'm gonna say what milestones or subscriber count numbers seem unrealistic to me. 1,000, barely believe it. 5,000, very unlikely, at least in my mind. And then like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. In my mind, it's like, no way, that'd never happen. Since this channel is very viewer request based, and I got a bunch of new viewer requests in the last video, I'm just gonna go over how it's looking so far. So before I uploaded the video and got the new requests, I did already decide my next video, aside from this Q&A, is gonna be Wobble Dogs. I am hyped to play Wobble Dogs. I'm not changing my mind on that. So look forward to the Wobble Dogs video. I could definitely see myself getting obsessed with that game. Of course, the more frequent or popular a viewer request is, the more likely it is that I'm gonna prioritize it. So some of the top game requests, as far as likes and stuff, in the last video were of course the natural companion game for Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Apico, the beekeeping game, along with of course playing more Ultra Kill. I am keeping track and writing down every single game that gets requested in the comments, so if you're interested in any game, make sure to type it down below. Tears of the Kingdom was also a pretty popular request, but I'm not going to be able to play that game until I actually get a recording set up for console games. And as soon as that happens, I'm gonna inform you as soon as possible, okay? Anyways, that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching, or subscribing, or not subscribing, whatever your preference is. Bye.